Thank you, my man. Excellent.
60 seconds.
What's your Skroove? Happy Thursday, folks. Since I'm doing a lot of podcast editing, I just finished editing a podcast actually, I figured I would run through some things. See, a couple of days ago, my roommate's friend reached out to me and just said, hey, I'm looking to start a podcast. What equipment do you use? Stuff like that. And I figured since I already did all the research and took the time, I might as well share it with them and save them some time. So I'm going to share it with you guys too, in case you guys are ever interested in starting a podcast or know someone who might be. You can tag them with this video or send them the link. Because believe me, I did the research, and what we ended up going with, equipment-wise, I think is one of the best solutions. So come with me, we'll go take a look at that. Alright guys, Podcasting 101 with Tyler. First things first, you don't need any of this equipment. This is just what we use. You could literally start and record a podcast on your iPhone. I've listened to podcasts that have been done on iPhone and they sound professional. And there's this app, never used it, never looked into it. It's called Anchor. I guess you just record your podcast right through this app using the microphone on your iPhone, and it just uploads it to their podcast app. And I think you edit it all in app, and it's very, very simple to use. And I think it's free. Don't quote me on that. But the point is, you can just use an iPhone. You don't need all this stuff. If you even look on SportsCenter nowadays, like post-game interviews, the press are holding up their iPhones using the record function to get their statements. Like, that's how quality technologies come. So, disclaimer. This is what we use. I did like all the research, and this is what I found would be best for us for a number of reasons: price and how portable it is. This is the brains, the meat and potatoes of the operation, the Zoom H6 handy recorder. You just put an SD card in this and it records right to this device. You don't have to run it through an interface and do it through a computer like a traditional setup. This is about as simple as it gets. I don't know if there's another tool quite like this on the market. It has 4 XLR inputs, so you can run 4 microphones at once, or you can buy an adapter for this top piece and you can put 2 more in there, so 6 total. And then you can adjust the gain, how like responsive the microphone is on each individual channel, which is really nice. So when you do a mic test at the beginning, some people talk louder, some people talk quieter. You can get all that set before you start the show. Less to do in post-production. Great tool. It retails for $350. That's when I bought it, at least. I'm not sure the price now. Well worth it. You don't need an interface. You don't need somebody managing a computer while you're recording. And you can put like filters. This does a lot of stuff. I haven't really messed with a lot of it, but I put like filters on, so that way if there's background noise while you're recording, it cuts out some of that stuff. And I know you can set it up to record Skype calls and Skype interviews, and it's small as shit. I love this thing, and I actually found it because this is what Tim Ferriss uses, and he had it in his blog for his equipment stuff. So I will also post the link to this in the video description on YouTube. Great device, $350. Microphones we use are the Shure SM58. This is like a gold standard for interview style stuff, and we use it for our Groovy Skroove sessions. So it's good for recording singing and instruments, music. They're known for being terribly robust. I guess not terribly, incredibly robust. You can throw them against a wall, they'll still work. This is a great microphone, and they cost $100 a pop, which if you think about it might seem expensive, but they come with the warranties. We got all our stuff through Guitar Center, and I'm very happy with this performance so far. Next, you need XLR cords. A lot of people, if you're going for a more inexpensive start, you might just do like a USB microphone. It'll work great, but the quality is a little bit less than this traditional musician's 3-prong XLR cord. These came free with the microphones actually. Guitar Center was running a promotion. You buy a microphone, you get an XLR cord and one of these little nifty mic stands. The cords are kind of garbage, the free ones they gave us, but we just keep swapping them out. They get the job done, but you can buy decent ones for anywhere from like 15 to 20 bucks, so, or cheaper ones for like 5 bucks I think. Then these mic stands came with them. I personally am a big fan of using a mic stand while you're recording a podcast. In my experience, a lot of people, like I think Tim Ferriss even holds his when he does interviews. I like to try and get into the conversation, and I am always aware that I'm in an interview when I'm holding a microphone, and it doesn't let me relax. I like to be able to sit back and like kind of get out of my own head and just talk, and I find that it's a lot easier to do with a mic stand. The downfall of using this is when people turn their head, the sound will go in and out a little more than they would if they typically would keep this in their hand. But the mic stands, for me at least, highly recommend. You can get any variety of mic stand. It doesn't matter. It'll work. all in all, I mean, for this entire setup, you're talking like, for us, it cost $800 or so to have a very high production value podcast. So I'm extremely, extremely happy with this. If I had to do it again, I would buy the same exact equipment. Actually, I would get better cords, but these were free, so kind of hard to complain there. But I would get the next investment for the podcast. I want to get better mic stands because these ones aren't very good, and better cords. So we'll go do that soon, I'm sure. Anyway, like I said, I'll link all this stuff, but this is the simplest way to do it that I've found in my research. Otherwise, you're going to need an interface and a computer running while you're doing it, and probably somebody monitoring that. And I think it would stop a lot of people from getting where they need to go. The best part about this stuff is it's portable. This recorder takes AA batteries, which I love that fact, because if, let's say you had a battery like the camera takes, if it dies, you're in trouble. If you have two and they die, you're in trouble. If you get in a pinch, you can always buy more AA batteries. You can get them at any corner store, and I keep spare ones in the podcast case. Okay, this is the setup we use. Hopefully that was some value to some of you. If not, just disregard everything I said. But if you know somebody who's looking to start a podcast and this might be useful, send them the link and tell them they can shoot me a DM. I'm happy to lend as much advice as I can on some of this stuff, because I did a lot of the research already, so maybe I can save some of you guys some time. Alright, oh, and one last thing, editing software. I use GarageBand. If you have a Mac, it's free. It's super simple to use, minimal post-production stuff, and there's no shortage of like tutorials on YouTube and Reddit on how to do any question you might have. It's such a commonly used software, and like I said, it's free if you have a Mac, so bonus. Free is always good. Alright, so I think that pretty much covers Podcasting 101. If you guys have any further questions, comment or message me. I'm happy to get back to you and lend some advice. Alright, it's kind of close to dinner time. No food in the house, so I think I'm going to run to the store, get some food to cook up. Let's go. Alright, about to run to the grocery store, probably Western Market. What's up, dude? Kenny was just editing the Groovy Scroover session that Nina did. She did like 3 or 4, and we recorded it all on that. So I'm gonna
3 originals, 1 cover of Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. That's my Eddie Vedder. So I'll plug a sample of that because it was recorded on the equipment we were just talking about.
This one is one that's gonna be on my solo album. It's called "Leaving You Behind," and it's you know, about that. Like, I was dating someone before where I was in love with them, but they just weren't bettering themselves and enough, you know, like. So I had to let them go, and it was the best decision I think I made because it helped both of us out. So this one's called "Leaving You Behind." And I actually this one's a half step lower than I usually do it too, but. Drinking whiskey, you know.
I swore I gave you my best, proved I was better than all the rest, but I know you were bound to change, falling further in the hole every day.
Yeah, it's live. All of it.
It's live.
The whole set on Facebook, YouTube, and each individual song.
On the box set.
On YouTube right now. I think I'm going to make a page on the website where you can find all the sessions. Nina's, Alex Casca's. And then stay tuned for the individual videos of each song to drop in the next week or so. I love it. I love Nina's voice. They're great. She kills it.
So Kenny said we should go to Rosie's earlier, and I goes, no, I'll cook dinner. Oh. And then he said, well, we should go out for a pint afterwards. And then I was like, well, if we're gonna go out for a pint, which is gonna cost $3, you spend another $3 and you get a burger and fries with a free pint at Rosie's. I don't know if I'm just being lazy and don't want to cook, but Kenny, how'd you phrase it? It's too beautiful day.
Ah, dude, it's such a beautiful day to be a waste not to have a patio beer.
I mean, $6 for a beer, burger, and fries.
You can't squander these moments.
So we're going for that.
Hello?
Look who it is. Barkeep. What's up? Thank you, my man. Excellent. Dinner was good. Now we got a text, an invitation. We'll just go. I'll tell you when I get there. We're back. It's an electric mower. I've never even seen an electric mower before. That's cool. So we were about to get our check at Rosie's and head home, and then Brett texted us and said, hey, I got some cigars with your guys' name on it. Just rode our bikes over here. That's the beauty of them being so close. Picked up a little 6-er of Paps. Have a couple of stogies. See you, buddy. All right.